Right. And good evening, folks, and welcome out to Warrior Field here at Ward 9 is where we're at. I'm Doug Gann with 446 Sports, and we have got a great one for you tonight. Man, so the great thing about it is I'm not flying solo tonight on this one. We've got the soccer legend, Allison Tarver, is in the house with us. Allison, welcome.
Hi, so glad to be here.
Look, this is it's exciting. I see the research you've done for it. You're going to add some things to it that we don't have. Let's just jump right into it and tell us what's going on here.
Yes, so we've got a very interesting match here right now with the Grace Warriors and the Menard Eagles. Now, these boys matched off not too long ago for the district championship, in which Grace led with a 2-1 score. But let me tell you, I was here and it was a close game, extremely physical.
That's the one thing that we've heard a lot about, and we don't talk to the coaches about it, hadn't talked to the players about it, because you want to diffuse that. But we expect to be a spirited one, and we think over there in the bleachers it might be spirited as well.
Yes, sir. It's going to be very interesting.
Look, take me back through that game. That was what, maybe a week ago?
Yes.
For the district championship,
Yes.
2-1. Grace wins that one. Walk me through that. How did it end up 2-1?
It was a very, very tight game all the way through. We had one goal pretty early on for Menard, another goal for Grace, and then towards the very end we had Braden Eastman, and he really finished that out with a breakaway, just a chance breakaway. And I mean, like I said, it's an extremely physical game. I mean, it was tight the entire time.
We're going to go and just hang on a minute while they do the walkout. I don't know if you guys may be able to hear us. There they go. But the music will crank up and it'll buzz a little while. But we're going to come back after the walkout and we'll get you ready for this is second round playoff action, Division 4. Winner has a shot at Isidore Newman, who is number one and been that way all year long. And the loser, unfortunately, their season is over. This is, if you can't pile any more on top of this little subdivision series type of game, man, I don't know. This is going to be a lot of fun. They've cut the music out, so we'll stay here. What are we going to look for scoring-wise from both of these teams? Who are we seeing?
So for the Menard Eagles, we're going to be looking at Jude Medea and Matthew Hicks. They're going to be the two main scorers. They do a lot of assisting to each other passes. And then for the Grace Warriors, we mainly are only looking out for one with a couple assists. Braden Eastman, he's been the main goal scorer for Grace with 33 goals, I believe, this year.
33 goals from number 18 that we'll watch for tonight. Eastman will be there. You see, let's get over there. You see Grace, it's getting their last little bit of instruction from their coaches, and you've played the game and you've coached the game. What do you tell them at a point like this, knowing you've won that game before, and that's going to give a little more motivation to the team you're playing again?
Yes, so the positivity is really a key aspect here. You kind of have to go into those conversations and all the negativity has to be gone. Everything has to be left in the past. The district game, it's completely over. It's happened. If you bring any of those lingering feelings in, you don't come into this game the way you should.
Look, you ought to be out there right now. That is great. You got to flush it. You got to get that out of your mind, because look, no matter what, that game meant nothing. The district championship is nice, but this sends you on to the playoffs. And one of these teams is going to go on. Menard's getting a little last minute going on as well. Here you get a look at the Eagles. What kind of an extra chip are they going to have on their shoulder tonight, knowing that they're not district champs?
I think that'll be the biggest chip, if I'm being honest. I think that's a big positive they have going on for them right now, is the fact that they didn't win that district championship, and they are ready to come and finish it out here today.
And I got to believe, though, that one's not going to mean much to them as much as this game
is the one that matters for sure.
There you get a good look at the Eagles making their way out. We'll see Grace Christian come out, and again, I'll say this, not that it matters, but we don't own the rights to any of this music. This is in-stadium music, and we're just at their beck and call. Man, I'm excited about it. Look, the broadcast is already 100 times better than it was the girls' game that we did, simply because I have somebody else to talk to.
I'm glad.
So to give us, while they're getting this going on, give us a little bit of your background.
Okay, so I graduated from Grace Christian High School. I played varsity soccer all 4 years and 8th grade, and I started as an 8th grader. Grace has always had a couple of number issues, so we had all of our little kids on the field. So I've been here a long time, and then I graduated. I go to Louisiana College now, and I coach for the Grace girls.
Those that are just new to this, the walkout seems to be the thing that just gets it going. Yes. Tell me about that.
Yes, and And even the song is very particular, and we actually leave the song up to, at home fields, they pick the senior people to pick that song. And
so what's the story behind the song then?
This song was picked by our senior, number 18, Braden Eastman. I believe it's Metallica, Ride the Lightning, and I believe he's a big Metallica fan.
Look, if you can't get into it there, we're going to go to the PA right
Good
now.
evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Division 4 Boys Second Round Playoff Soccer. Tonight's matchup features the Menard Eagles taking on your home team, the Grace Christian Warriors. Tonight's lineup for the Menard Eagles: August Fresh. Number 2, Chris Rubio. Number 3, Justin Bordelon. Number 10, Jude Minay. Number 11, Austin Siebenacher. Number 12, Reed LaRue. Number 14, Landon Rachel. Number 15, Nate Matthews. Number 25, Matthew Hicks. Number 26, Jansen Fairbanks. And number 30, Michael Whitehead. And now for your Grace Christian Warriors, make some noise for number 33, Blake Dennis. Number 23, Paxton Wells. Number 5, James Colvin. Number 15, Andrew Decker. Number 7, Parker Eastman. Number 21, Colby Holt. Number 9, Ben Kimball. Number 47, Taylor Floyd. Number 4, Bolton Protes. Number 97, Cade Richard. And senior number 18, Braden Eastman. All right, if you'll stand, remove your hats, turn to the flag for our national anthem.
National anthem is is finished up, and we're getting ready to get this thing going. So all of the talking, you don't want to look ahead, but you know that everybody certainly did to get to this game. And now that it's here, you have to put all of that away and just go play.
Yes, sir.
How does your emotion change now? I mean, you've had all day to think about this game. If you're one of the players, when that whistle blows and the kickoff is there, it's on.
Yes, and you can even imagine in that moment that there's a lot of buildup, as you said, and then the moment they blow the whistle, it all has to fizzle away, and they have to put every opportunity they have on this field.
Warriors are fired up. You see those young men ready to go. The entire team came out for the huddle. I like seeing that. Eagles will be in white. Grace Christian will be in black with the white letters. Eagles white tops and green letters, and we're getting set to go. And you tell the one that we've got to look for is 18. So what do you do if you're Menard to counter that?
Well, if I was Menard right now, I would man mark number 18. I would definitely watch him in the middle. He's going to be running through that midfield position and in for those breakaways, so look for long balls.
There you have it. Again, I am Doug Gann with 446 Sports. Delighted to have the voice of Central Louisiana soccer, Allison Tarver. How you like that? Your first game and now automatically.
It's very exciting. I'm glad to be here.
Look, we'll get in a little bit about where they can find some of your photos. You do a lot of that, but the kickoff is there and we are underway. Right away, they try to go downfield with it and try to get something up and right. That's exactly what you were talking about.
Yes, sir.
But again, if you're Menard, when you get ready to defend that, you see that that's coming.
Yes, sir. They could be playing with a more defensive. They want to hold back a little bit and let him come to them. That is another strategy they could be using.
And when they attack, when Menard does, what will we see from the Eagles?
What I would imagine we would see is the entire line moving up with that attacking player. So as we see, say, number 26 move up the line, we would see that entire back line go up with him as a unit.
Early on in this one, we'll keep the clock for you here verbally, as there's not a clock down there that's on it, but as soon as the scores are there, we'll keep that along. This one ended 2-1 last time?
Yes, sir, it sure did. A very close game, and those goals came very sporadically.
Ball is in the way they go, and instantly he's got it. There's a shot. Tried to clear the other side, and I think if there's an opportunity to I don't think you use him as a decoy so much because he is clearly that guy with 33 goals on the season.
Yes.
But you've got to have some others step up.
Yes, you definitely to look to shut that down completely.
We got our first look at Nate Matthews there in goal, and he has just been solid form all season long.
A senior, I believe Nate Matthews is.
Yep.
17 shutouts this year. And that's great for a goalie.
Talked to his mom not long ago. Of course, we visit with his grandparents a lot. He'll be playing at the next level. There's no doubt about that. It's just determining where he's going to go, but he'll be a D1 soccer player. Cross it goes and back. That is Siebernacher, is that right? That's off and running?
I believe so.
All right, tell us a little bit. Let's first look at the keep for the Warriors. Tell us a little bit about him.
So the Warriors keeper is Ben Kimball, a sophomore at Grace Christian. He has 9 shutouts and 166 saves, which is extremely high. And he's very young for a keeper, I will say.
Records on both of these teams for us have changed a little bit since you got yours, but after that, figuring in that playoff victory, what do you have?
After that playoff victory for Grace, I think we're looking at around 14 wins, 5 and 3.
Okay.
And then for the Menard Eagles, 12 wins, and then 8 ties, 2 losses.
And again, the winner of this moves on to face Isidore Newman out of New Orleans that won last night.
Yes, and Isidore Newman is a very hefty opponent.
A powerhouse. Indeed, but that's why they're the 1 seed. But again, and we talked beforehand, this isn't a game. Yes, it's a game you want to win, but you've got an intent on getting down and playing for a state championship following this. This game can't be the game that solidifies your season.
Yes, that is very true.
Do you think there's extra pressure on the Eagles knowing that they lost the last one out?
I think there is to an extent. I think that it gives them, like you said, just that bigger extra chip on their shoulder where, you know, they've come back ready after that district championship, and I'm sure they don't believe it went the way they were hoping it to, and I believe they expect to finish that out tonight.
Well, they're definitely a competitive group. I mean, we see a lot of these players that have played football for them, have played basketball for them. They really like to play a lot of different sports over there.
They do, and it really shows the athleticism of all of the players and athletes and students at Menard.
Clear out and the run out there. Jude made it just off to the side. Oh, he's just kicking himself too. You get a run out like that he started.
Mm-hmm. Which was a great run right there.
Couple that we've seen play football. Of course, Matthew Hicks is out there. He plays basketball for him as well. Maida does. Speaking of him there, that is Matthew Hicks. You've seen him as number 5 a lot.
And I believe him and Jude are seniors as well.
Yes, that's correct. That's correct. So we were able to visit with Jason Hawk, one of our founding supporters on here. His son, Braden, 21, is playing for there. And he said, Doug, he said, I watched the game the other night. He says, the pace is a little bit different. And he is right. This game, they get up and down.
Yes, there is a fairly large difference between that pace. And let me tell you, it is noticeable whenever you find it. This is a much faster paced game. This is a much more intense game.
He did, yes. He alluded the physicality and the speed. Of course, now I saw some physicality the other night as well. There's not.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of passion there, and again, another run out, and we've seen a couple of these now. Getting centered and going out and getting that. Looked like he had a protector right there with him.
Yes, sir. It was more of a 2-on-1 situation, but a great run nonetheless.
Is this about what you expected the first 6-7 minutes of this or so? Did I say 6? Oh my God, I'm gonna get run out completely.
I think this is just about exactly what I was expecting. We've been going down the field on the Warrior side, on the Menard side. I mean, basically every second. I mean, they don't really favor one side or the other yet in this game. We're back and forth the entire time.
Look, there is a size difference and an age difference between these, but I'm telling you what, Grace Christian does not back up at all.
There is. And those details may come down to the score of the game. Whenever you have those older, more experienced players, it really does show sometimes.
Or just, and this may be just what you're used to, but it seems like you get a shot at it and you get a run out, and then there's somebody just to knock it back the other way.
Yes. It's a very, very difficult, especially on those defenders and on those forwards right there.
Now you're going to get a little something.
That'll be our first foul of the game.
First one. And so take them through what happens after that.
So we're about to go with number 30, and he's going to take a kick right here. He is going to be set up with the wall right in front of him with the Grace Warriors, and we have the rest of the team on that line right there in front of the goal. And they cannot cross that line until the ball is kicked.
So what's his thought here? Is he trying to go after it? Is he trying to just set somebody else up?
Based on how he's going now, I would take a shot, but he also could be going to that left side, which it looks like he is.
Well, tremendous job to get in there and knock that away. And we are going to keep track of penalties tonight, or fouls tonight. Good save back in goal.
I believe that was a shot by Matthew Hicks. No, number 11.
Another shot that sails over the crossbar and actually out over that fence. I will tell you, as somebody that just has watched a little bit and has not watched as much in person, it's a good pace to this game.
It is. It's a very fast sport right here, and with the high school aspect of it, you know, there's a lot of those rivalries that go on, and it definitely keeps the crowd interesting. I mean, as you can see, we've drawn quite a big crowd tonight. This is probably one of the biggest we've had at War 9 in years.
Very good looking crowd, and a number of folks are online watching right now, and to those, we welcome you. Good job up in goal to go up and get that. Now, got in close on the goalie. They don't, on the keeper, they don't like that much, huh?
No, they do not. The goalies are very protective over that space, and it's a very difficult thing to have somebody on you like that.
We'll look down the line, and it will come back this way. Appreciate the folks here letting us get, you see Hicks right in front of you, get that one away. But letting us be, I mean, we're a couple of feet away from the sideline, and another tackle there. I'm noticing a little bit of when the hits are made, you're getting a little bit of grunting and all of this.
There's definitely some power behind those hits. Another foul, I believe, for the Warriors.
So this one was on. Yeah, so that's the second one on Grace, is that right? Second one on Menard?
Second one on Menard. And that was Andrew Decker, number 15 right there, who took that kick. But it seems like we're coming right back down the line.
You got to be careful sliding to the ball, and into the hands it went.
That's a tough one there.
Mm-hmm. Setting up again for a kick here.
Another kick by Andrew Decker, number 15.
Nate doing a good job back there, gets that much to the delight of the folks that are watching.
And they don't take much time between those kicks. They
No.
come right back down. That shows you the level of athleticism and passion these boys have right here for this game.
You know, in a lot of these, we've seen not be as much attacking. That is not the situation here tonight at all.
Absolutely not. This is definitely one of the more intense games, if not one of the most intense games this season for Division IV.
And look, that's the difference too. You get teams. So Grace in baseball, basketball, a lot of different sports, a Class B school, but in divisions, what soccer does is they just bring it all together. Oh, keep went down there. Back up. So there may, I guess the point to that too, Allison, is that it could play anybody.
That's true.
In your divisions.
That's true, and it shows a lot in those bigger games with those small schools. There are many times when, you know, you're playing a 4A, 5A school.
Well, and I've seen, you look at the playoffs right now, these two teams here are the two most northern teams that remain in this Division 4. There's a shot.
Oh, great shot.
Knocked away, and I guess that's a save there. Looked like he got a hand on it.
It did look like he had a hand on it for a second there, and I believe that was number 26, Jansen Fairbanks, on that shot.
Look, this broadcast is so much better because you have people that you get to. That's great. The only bit of advice I'll give to you is don't go back and critique yourself.
But you are correct with these two teams being the northern teams, and there is a difference between those northern and more southern teams in the state of Louisiana. There is a big talent difference.
Well, and you've got just so many more numbers to draw from that you oftentimes have a lot more people. But the travel soccer, the club soccer as it is so prevalent down south.
It is. And a lot of the times when you do play a club here or you're in a club here, you have to go down south to compete in those competitions and meet that level.
Looking to cross that one and clear it out.
I believe that was cleared by number 4, Bolton Probst.
Well, we were out here, I don't know if it was a week ago for the girls when they played Delta Charter, and they had the heaters and everybody's bundled up, and now they've got bug spray out tonight for their mosquitoes.
Weather for Louisiana soccer, you go from October to January, And
Oh,
it is
so
the full
you
range
see
of
all of it
seasons.
then. And then, but y'all are playing over the summer. There's just a ton of summer soccer. We were out some and this summer, and it was hot and it was rainy and it was tough, and y'all just didn't quit.
No, you experience a lot of those storms in the summer too, those pop-up storms, those lightning delays, and that can really add to that pressure of the games, especially in summer.
Looking to cross that or get that to the center. There's Hicks. Shot from way back. Matthew Hicks fires that one away, and they're loving it. Look, I almost broke out my basketball from way downtown. That was a heck of a shot.
That was a fabulous shot right there by Hicks. And it didn't seem to me like any of the defenders stepped up to meet him on that shot.
So here's what I saw on that. It was a development, and I don't know who it was. We'll watch it back on the tape. But there's somebody right in front of Hicks. And when he gets ready to kick, this young man just drops down. And nobody saw the kick coming.
No.
I don't know if he was a decoy or he was just ducking for his life because Hicks put something behind that one. Matthew Hicks' goal comes at the 14:38 mark, roughly. I love that I don't have to count or do math here. You'll see that on our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. Big shout out to Wallace and, of course, Sabine State Bank for helping make this possible. As they do high school sports all year round. Our friends Jason Hawk Farm Bureau and a number of folks helping us continue to bring you sports. Boy, Menard is attacking one more time. Looking to center it again. That's what we had talked about too, and you saw Keep come out and just get that, and you pull away at that point.
Yes, and that aggressive strategy right there a big foul right there in the middle.
It's on Hicks, and Matthew just eases down into the offenses. Boy, it just looks like they've got more of their people attacking.
Yes, like I mentioned before, I kind of had assumed their strategy would be to move that entire team up whenever they got those chances. And it looks like they've done just that with, now we're looking like 2 in the back and the entire field moved up.
Hicks again has it and turns around and gets it back. Just clears out and another opportunity there and coming all the way out of goal to get that one. And that's what we've seen. You come out and aggressively play and don't wait on it. And there is somebody that went down there in the back. $17:38 into this one. They'll play 2 40-minute halves with a 10-minute intermission.
Another foul here, I believe on number 47, Taylor Floyd for the Grace Warriors. This is another opportunity for a cross here or to drop that ball right in on that backside. But it looks like it's going to be a pass.
He gets it into Hicks, who has the game's only goal. I know it's way too early, but I've seen it. I mean, do you continue to attack if you're Menard? Surely one goal is not enough for you. You lost 2-1 last time.
Oh, absolutely not. 1-0 for this level of an intense game, and soccer in general, it's never a comfortable position. In fact, I always recommend to defenders, like, make it through the next 10 minutes with no score, because that 1-0 is sometimes just the aggressiveness and the intensity that the other team needs to make that big breakaway or make that next shot.
So you've got to watch momentum as well as the play on here as well, and how important that next 10 minutes is. That's great. Somewhere Coach Nick is at home watching, going, yep, Doug, just be quiet. Well, the pressure has just been intense. He's getting a little interesting, and so look like they'll tolerate a little of the jawing, but not a bunch of it.
Absolutely, and in this kind of game here, the ref kind of has to set the tone for how much he will take and how much he's going to shut that down, and it seems like he's doing a great job of that right now.
And that's what you look at this officiating crew out there. Of course, it's out of this area, and so they could care less about anything that went on last games, whatever it is. They're going to call the game like a second round game is supposed to be called.
And that's absolutely what you want for a reffing squad coming in here right now, especially for a big game like this, playoff game.
Boy, another shot at it here.
A closer one.
Yeah. And so they get the shot from where the foul was committed. Is that what we see?
Yes, that is correct. Another wall set up for the Grace Warriors.
I tell you, I don't know that I'd like to be one of the guys in that wall.
I'll tell you, I never wanted to be the person in that wall.
Kick is up good, curve to it, and that is just around the back it went. Goodness gracious.
But nothing to be disappointed with that. That was a fabulous ball right there.
So if you're Grace Christian now, you see that the adjustment has been made, and you've got to continue to attack, continue to do what you did when you put the 2 goals up.
That's correct right here, and it seems like the Warriors are holding back a little bit instead of pushing up, but I believe if they want to get back in this game, they're going to have to put a lot of pressure on that Menard defense if they haven't received any yet.
And that's I guess the point that we were looking at is that the attacking has been down on the, I guess, the Menard end of it.
Yes, it's actually very interesting how fast that changes depending on the momentum of the game. You're looking at the beginning there when it's back and forth, and all you need is that extra little push, and then you become a defensive team like the Grace Warriors have done just now.
1-0 in this one, and that's coming out right in front of where we are. Up in there to Coach Decker, which I learned is not to be confused with Coach Andy. Over the top it goes, and again out.
It's fine. We play.
22:05 into this one, so we're halfway home in the first half. Getting ready to bring that in. The attacking continues from the Eagles, and that was cleared pretty well, but I think it just got in there for Grace to defend that and get him sideways where he couldn't go on goal.
Yes, and that was a great ball right there. And we're looking at that 1 goal that we have for Matthew Hicks, and I believe he has 5 as well during this season, and he is a pretty fairly scorer for this team right here on Menard.
And Hicks has it again there, taken away from him. He's starting to see a little bit more of the bodying up in this now too. There's one that's cleared down the end. A little bit of a shove in the back there. Are there times in this, Allison, that it eases up in there? I won't say coast any, but in this 40-minute half where they're just running, are there times when they just say, you know what, we're just gonna take it easy a little bit, play defense?
There definitely are. There are certain opportunities where you look for that. Specifically what we looked at just now with a throw-in where you get that extra couple seconds where you're still and you
right.
can reset back up, especially on that back line. And that is key for strategy here for the Warriors if they want to run the clock. If the Menard Eagles want to run the clock, then they will utilize those throw-ins.
Because we've not seen one sub off of either team. They're going with the guys that got them here.
Yes, and I believe it's going to look just like
so
that.
Header close to the goal now. Kicked back out of there. Boy, Good looking corner kick, but unable to get anything done. And Grace Christian able to clear for the moment. But again, you said earlier with that defense, it was all the way up on the other side of the field.
It is.
There's a shot. Right side is up and it's in. And that's 2-0 there. We'll get an idea who the goal scorer is.
We'll try and get a look here in a minute.
And I've got to believe, Allison, you spend that much time down there that something's going to go your way, and thus far it has.
Yes, and I noticed just in that moment, we're having the Warriors so pushed back, you clear that ball all the way up and nobody comes up with it, and it comes right back down their throats as it just did.
That was at 25:05, it looked like.
I believe the Warriors are going to have to take a much more offensive strategy here and a lot more intense pressure on this Menard.
You definitely have. They trailed 2-0 in this one. And instantly they are showing a little bit more. And there's another foul that's going to be whistled, it looked like.
I believe that was on Braden Eastman, number 18.
And a little of that's got to be frustration too, because he's been getting banged around some. You're on the bad end of a 2-0 first half deficit here, and frustration like that is there.
And that's when it comes out right there, especially as a forward or in that center midfield position for Braden.
Yeah, you're seeing a little bit more of the physicality. And there's a yellow card that's been issued.
And that's a yellow for Blake Dennis, number 33 on the Grace Warriors. And he comes off the field for that yellow. Our first sub of the game, I believe.
And now such a difference having a 2-goal lead versus just the one, because you do have a little margin for error, but I don't think that Menard lets up at all in this.
No, they have the room now to settle down if they want to, but after watching how these boys are playing right now, I don't believe they're settling for 2. I believe they're going for more.
We are 27 minutes into this. Goals by Matthew Hicks, and I thought it was 14 that was on the far side. I don't know if they don't have the PA out tonight, but I thought it was 14 for Menard earlier.
Yes, I believe it was 14.
And we'll get that for you at halftime, just exactly who it was.
Some conversation going on right now with the ref.
You know, we take an opportunity to look down at the bench for both of those teams. And Allison, you look at the body language between the two sides right now is not favoring Grace.
It is not. There is a stark difference. And with the Menard bench, they are very excited right now. They are very in this game with their players, and that is a great thing to have right now, but it is a stark contrast to the Warriors bench right now.
The Warriors are going to have to dig deep in this one and find what it was that led to that 2-1 district championship. And there's another foul that's going to be called, and a yellow card is issued. And that's 2, Allison, in the last minute that we've seen. Yellow card is just the first one. That's kind of like the first tee in basketball. You get another one, and that's the red card, and you're gone.
Yeah, yes, sir.
What does it take to get the first-time red card?
The first-time red card.
If so, you got to be. I mean, you really got to guess aggressively get after him, or will they just give you the yellow to start with, and that's.
You could get 2 of those yellows, or you look for some really dangerous play in there for one of the players on the 2 teams. Something like a kick to the face, some sort of dangerous, reckless play.
Another penalty kick coming up here.
Just outside the box.
We've seen them hook it to that far side over there. Right off, kind of rebounding. That one's high. Oh, and a good save back there, going up and using every bit of that wingspan to get it. So, was he looking for his own rebound right there? Is that why it went right into that front line?
I believe so. He was either doing that or it was a little fluke there.
Tell me again why you didn't like to be in that line.
Oh, gosh. That is just awful to be in that line right there. A lot of pressure builds up, a lot of jump in the air and get it, but also you don't want to get hit in the face.
Right.
I've had a line before with girls where there's ducking involved. You never want that.
Another.
Wow.
The yellow cards are flying tonight.
They sure are. I believe that's number 23, Paxton Wells, is coming off the field.
And look, this is just, it's unraveling quickly on the mental side of it.
The intensity of this game, as we expected, picked up very fast with those 2 goals, and I assume it's going to continue that way.
30-52 here, and there'll be a little bit of added time. Not sure how much that'll be, but you can really see, and we talked about it a couple of minutes ago, body language.
Yes, you really can, especially out on the field right now, the difference between the Menard Eagles and the Warriors. There is a lot of pressure on the Warriors right now.
Three yellow cards. Have you seen that in that small of a span?
I don't believe I have, actually. I know I've gotten a couple in my time.
Come on.
Not that many and not that quick, that's for sure. That is definitely an example of what's going on here tonight in this game.
Yeah, frustration is really setting in. That one served deep down the line. And stepped on that line, or the ball got on it, and so it'll come back the other way. 2-0 here, closing moments of the first half. I'm delighted to be bringing you second round playoff action. Action right in front of us here. Now remember what we talked about, you got to jump in front of the camera and such. Good work there. But look, the thing you've got to do, if you're Grace, is just find a way to get a goal before the break.
That's true. They have to look for those small opportunities, which the Grace Warriors have been capitalizing on this season, those few opportunities, but really making the most of them when they come, as opposed to the Menard Eagles with their multiple goals across multiple players.
Yeah. And that's which we talked about in the pregame too. Yeah, I think you said Grace had 30 goals over 5 players.
Yes.
That one in from the corner real quick, coming out and getting it. But then you see, Menard with that, and Grace with just the one big goal scorer.
Yes, and that's a big difference for these two teams right here, with the Menard Eagles spreading those, I believe, over 30 goals across 5 or so players, and then with the Grace Warriors, 33 for 1. And you look at that level of maturity on the team.
And it's shown tonight because they have done a good job of silencing that. There's another corner that comes out in the center, unable to get there. Good job defensively by the Warriors to get that out. And more subs are coming. And another yellow. That's number 4.
I believe we may have a state record for most yellows given in 10 minutes.
That's correct. Jude's going to come off for that one.
And that may be a testament to the Eagles settling in now with those 2 goals.
So 3 for Grace and 1 for Menard there? Is that, or are they 2 apiece?
I believe it's going to be 2 for Menard and 1 for Grace. One of the Warriors who's coming back on after that yellow card. previously.
No, but the number of yellow cards. Is it 2 apiece? Is it 3 to 1? What is it? Because that one was on Maida.
I don't believe Menard has had. I believe that was
their first. Then
their first yellow card right there.
and yeah, the physicality has been there, but man, the frustration is setting in and needing to get to the break. They're about 5 minutes away from intermission here.
And you kind of look toward what that halftime speech is going to look like for the Warriors on that sideline with their coach, and what kind of promotional effort they're going to do to bring this team back in the second half.
And so is there a point, when is the point that you start moving your defense up a little bit more and trying to get more attackers in?
It's a really hard decision for the coach right there if he chooses to do that, because you lose part of your defensive strategy, which is definitely crucial against this Menard team.
And we've seen the Eagles run a lot, so that'll get you into a bad situation too.
Yes, you have to think about the back line of the Warriors right now, and the more they move up, the more room they give those Eagles to take on those breakaways.
That one's going to bounce over and down the hill it goes, but they'll get another ball and get it in. Giving these guys an extended break to get in, and so you give them 4 or 5 minutes before halftime. They get an extended break, and don't be surprised if they come out full force again.
I believe that's exactly what we're going to see when we come out after this halftime here. And that was an attempt for an assist by number 7, Parker Eastman, right there for the Warriors.
Up into the crowd it goes, and well, this isn't like, you don't get that souvenir. You don't get to keep that.
No.
You are watching 446 Sports on YouTube and Facebook, and this is second round playoff action. Winner heads down to New Orleans to face Isidore Newman, and we've already talked about what a stellar season that they are having. But if you've not followed the Facebook page yet and you're watching it there, make sure you hit that button. Or if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe there. Leave us a comment. Let us know who you're watching tonight. Any comments that talk about how little I know about the game, they get deleted. Delighted to have Allison Tarver here with us tonight, bringing a lot of knowledge. Allison, you got a run out here.
A great run. Just to the left right there.
Looked like he was trying, I guess, was thinking ahead of this is what I'm going to do, and lost the footing on it.
Yes, and it looked like he also tucked that toe down, looking for maybe more of a strike right there for that shot.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes.
You say he tucked his toe?
Yes.
Who knew?
Just pointed it down slightly, which is a striker strategy that you take right there for those type of shots. And it is very useful for some forwards.
Right here where we're at. Where are we at there, Alice?
Just to my left, I believe.
That's right. Let's see, right back here. Minute and a half remaining. You see that on the clock down in the end zone. And again, dribbling downfield, trying to get around the corner and just... So the difference between that and what's been getting yellow cards for, that's fine.
That right there is kind of what we're looking at for a 50-50 ball that they call, where both players are going in equally at that attempt for winning the ball. Therefore, the foul is not on either of them.
I love it.
There's a lot of discretion with those 50-50 balls, though, because that percentage can vary quite quickly depending on the time of the contact.
Trying to hustle down, but Nate's going to be right there to bring that in. See Matthews put a foot into it there.
And that's a great punt right there by Matthews.
Final 30 seconds of regular time here. And when it's cleared out, what we handled. And so the idea there is just to kick that out and let your folks reset.
Yes, right there for a center back, that's a difficult decision because you lose control of the ball. But sometimes in those more dangerous situations, that's the decision you have to make.
Well, I think when you're trying to get to the buzzer, that's one of those things. And look, Menard is not going to let up here in the final couple of minutes. We are past 40 minutes, so we're in added time here.
A couple headers now in a row we've had.
They're showing off for the live stream now, I think.
Getting a couple tricks in before that half.
That's right. Not sure how much added time, but that one up in the stands. That's one of those you got to watch for.
Yeah, that is not necessarily the place you want to be for that ball right there.
2-0 here in this one, winding down. The final whatever has been added to this. Grace trying to get something going here.
And that was a pretty direct handball right there. Fairly easy call for the ref. And that was number 7, Parker Eastman for the Warriors.
Menard will try to get something going here. Haven't gotten an indication of the amount of time that's going, but we're winding down half number 1. We're a minute and a half into this now. Menard going to try to make another run at one. If you could put one in here, boy, that would be momentum either way. Great job coming out of goal to knock that one away, and that's just wanting it.
Yes, we have some very strong talent in that keeper right there, a sophomore, Ben Kimball. And he's been a big game changer for this game, saving some of these scores from Menard.
Look, and there's been a lot that have been in front of him. He's had an opportunity to go get it, and he's come out and done it. We'll go back the other way now. Well, I'm still telling you, if Grace can somehow get a little bit of a run out here, 2-1 will make such a difference.
It sure would, and it looks like we're looking for a cross here, but it's not going to go through.
Come out and defended that one greatly. Well, you just thought, you've seen Grace with 2 or 3 good run-out opportunities, but the defense has stepped right in.
Yes, the Menard back line is looking very well tonight.
The story of this one, a couple of goals and 4 yellow cards. And we saw the physicality that we thought we would see. We've seen the frustration that we thought would be a result of that also.
And the second half coming up soon is going to prove even more interesting on how this fizzles out and how this plays out.
Grace with a shot at it here. Matthews there to have another save. I don't think that was between the pipes, so I think that probably went, but he's not going to give that any chance at all.
Absolutely not. That was a great catch by Matthews.
He's getting jumbled up again, and it will go the other way. We're almost 4 minutes in this. Shot just off to the right. There's another run out for Menard.
An offsides call there by the AR.
First one that we have seen tonight.
so you don't want to speak to the head coach tomorrow?
We have stopped the clock on.
No, I'm just asking. I don't know.
We've got extra time.
Oh, it's extra addition.
He's stopping the clock every time he gets a yellow.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay. Yeah. No, I was just wondering. I was just questioning that.
You heard the explanation there. The stoppage was every time, and there's another. Looked like another foul there. That was with the arms extended.
Yes, and that looked like less of an intentional decision there, more of a aggressive tactic with that really wanting to get down there for those few breakaways.
Menard, of course, would really take the wheel out with a goal here right at the end. That one just off to the right, and you see it go down the hill again. Grace trying to get in there and get back quickly, not knowing how much time is on, but trying to get. We're 5.5, and so you remember it stopped every time there was a yellow card issued.
Yes, and with the amount of yellow cards that we did have, I'm sure that there is going to be that extra time.
Matthews comes out and grabs that one again, and he's not content really to be in a hurry at all.
Oh, absolutely not. And that is a strategy for these types of games, to run that clock, especially with throw-ins and the goalkeeper.
And that is halftime here. Matthew Hicks has one of the goals tonight. There's your 2 goal scorers. That has to be 14 that's got it, so they'll quickly go back in there. We will take a break with them and catch up on who scored those goals and the times for you, and Allison will have her thoughts before we get ready for the second half when we come back. And back to work we go. Second half is about 20 seconds away. And we just got a copyright strike right there. That's not us playing that music, though. Doug Gann alongside Allison Tarver. And back in this one, thoughts on that first half? It was 2-0, Allison.
Yes, it was a 2-0, leaded by Menard right there. And we found out number 14, Landon Rashal, scored that goal. And it was a very intense first half with multiple yellow cards, multiple fouls, and I expect we're going to see the same thing in this half, but maybe a difference in momentum, hopefully, for the Warriors in getting back in this game.
And, you know, there was no injury stoppage, but they played on. They added over 5 minutes of time, and that was simply for the stoppages due to the yellow cards. And that's what you got to be careful of if you are one of those Warriors that received one early.
That is
cross
true.
Comes there. Again attacking, and we thought that they would come out and do that again. Left-footed shot is crossed and cleared out. Good work defensively by the Warriors.
And that was Taylor Floyd, number 47. We are going to be looking more into those yellow cards for this half, though. Whenever you're one yellow card down, you're really not looking for that second one that puts you out of the game.
And I just don't know if you've got to play as aggressively if you're Menard after probably the first. Oh, there's a just to the side of it. Near shot at it there and just went off to the right. In basketball, they come out in the first 4 or 5 minutes of play and try to continue that aggressiveness. And I got to believe you'll see Menard continue to attack here as well.
I think so, and they do have the opportunity to settle in if they want to, but I believe this is the battle they are looking for.
Yeah, one of the things, too, the mindset of it that we talked about was the difference in the age of these two teams. You've got, what, 10, 11 seniors on that squad for Menard and only 2?
Yes, we have a fairly full team of seniors for the Menard Eagles, and comparing that maturity levels with the Warriors where you have those 2 seniors, Eric Young and Braden Eastman. And there can be a difference of that leadership-wise on the field, but it doesn't look like it's shown too much in their season.
Got another corner coming up right here. Foot into it, it crosses. Saying that it went out and came back in was the call. So you'll see him kick that out from goal again.
A kick by Cade Richard for the Warriors.
There goes Maida, and they're wanting to clear him out. Shaking up a little bit on that, too. You see him, he kicks for that Eagle football team as well. He certainly does. Punter and place kicker.
I feel like you see a lot of that with the soccer and football
You see
now.
they recruit the soccer field.
And I think that's for the better for those kickers. I think it really does make a difference with those skilled soccer players.
And Coach Nick told us, he said, I said, what's the biggest difference when they come off the soccer field and you have a kicker that goes and he's kicking field goals and doing what he's doing? He says, their whole lives, they're taught to kick it low in soccer. You go out there and the number one thing they're telling you is to get it up in the air.
Yes.
And he said, that's the number one thing.
And for some of those players who struggle with getting it low and have the issue of it always going high, I bet they have a field day with that.
Yes. Menard trying to stay aggressive, and Grace just has to get it out if they can.
Yes, Menard's done a good job this game of keeping possession of the ball and really controlling it on this side of the field.
They have, and we discussed that in the pregame too, is who would be able to dictate the momentum, who or the tempo of this game, and it's been the Eagles. So it's 2-0 here. In the soccer end of it is, how important is it to go in and get a goal right here if you are Grace? And then granted, you've got to clear it out of here, but going in and just getting on the board.
Well, the main thing about getting that first goal is, like you mentioned, the momentum change, which is absolutely crucial in games like this and in soccer, especially playoffs. Once you get that first goal, it's such a difference in the attitudes of the players and the way they feel that their abilities can go on the field.
Game has been played down in the Eagles attacking zone, though, the entire, it seems like the entire first half for sure. We saw a couple of runouts, by the Warriors, but that was it.
Yes, and that's kind of what it's been looking like all season. And that's a bit of what the Grace strategy goes by, is playing those breakaways or those fast through balls and capitalizing on those opportunities.
Defense for Menard has gotten back well throughout the evening. 5:23 into the second half. Things getting a little pushing and shoving there. Get off me, you get off me. Crossing to the middle, and then, well, Grace has got to clear this out. And this is exactly what they want to do right here.
And that's the defender taking that
Right.
ball down right now.
Well, and that may be all hands on deck, because if you're down 2-0, or you can't lay back anymore. You've got to pull everything out and you've got to attack. And you can see they're bringing everyone up.
Yes, and Grace kind of has to do that at this point for those few opportunities they're going to have here, is push the entire team up and take that risk.
Well, and the difference of a 4-0 loss or coming back and getting back in one doesn't matter. If you can, you've got to do what you've got to do to get back there.
And that was Andrew Decker, number 15, from the back line, who took that ball down the right side, looking for a cross.
And
it
those
looks like he's
guys,
been moved up.
Yeah, that is exactly what I see. If you're watching this live, you're seeing a good one. If you've went back and watched it, thank you for that. We appreciate you. A little bit of a miss kick there, and that one will go up and out of bounds. The Matthew Hicks goal, gosh, it was from a good ways out. And that seemed to set the tone. And that was just, what, his sixth goal of the season?
I believe so, yes. His 6th goal of the season.
But again, you told us that Menard likes to spread the ball around.
They do. They have many key players on this field now who have the ability to make those passes. So those goals come easily for them. Not without the effort, of course, from this team. They have had
There goes Matthew
very strong
looking to
effort.
clear. That one is turned back the other way.
And you'll notice a little bit of positioning change for the Warriors. They have moved one of their backline defenders, number 15, Andrew Decker, up to what looks like the forward position, trying to get some more shooting opportunities.
Looks similar to switching from a 2-3 zone to a 3-2 zone in basketball, just to put a little extra pressure on there, and I think that's just what you have to do. But again, the problem when you run somebody up, and there goes Rachel again, who had the goal earlier. Nifty footwork there. And he is taken down. So explain to me why that one's not.
I'm not 100% sure on that one.
There's a little
Now,
retribution
that's a
there.
foul.
That's payback.
And a yellow. Another yellow.
Yep.
The first for this half, I believe.
First for this half, that's correct. And we're 9 minutes into it, so there's that. Started cramping, he wanted to come out, so he got a yellow card. Well, you hear a lot of it on this sideline, don't you?
You do. A lot of interesting perspectives from the
A
players.
lot of perspective. You don't hear that on that side.
No, you don't. And we were talking about during the halftime about what the difference it is from watching on this side and experiencing the players' emotions and being on the opposite side with the parents.
Mm-hmm. That one is sent down, but header gets it back across. Well, Grace has got to do something to go down there and get a goal. Otherwise, Menard content to just do whatever they want.
That is true, but I do believe that this new positioning is spreading the field a little bit better for them. They're controlling it a little bit better. If they can get it down to this other half, they may have a chance.
The one thing that concerns me, though, there is, does that give an opportunity for a run out from the Eagles?
And that's definitely a risk for this positioning and the decision made here.
But you got no other choice. You've got to change things up.
That's true, and a lot of coaches, especially me included, we struggle with the decision of when you flip that switch, when you take the risk. And it truly is, like, you sit there in halftime, you sit there in the first half and you think, what am I going to do? When am I going to make the decision that it's more risky to let this stay how it is? And it can change the game.
It absolutely can. And they've got to do what they've got to do. I mean, this is district championship team, and there you see Decker, who's out on that side that you talked about, making that move. I love the field that's out here too. You said there's a lot of things that have been done with it.
There is. There was a lot of, this field was, gotten by Grace a good while ago now, but it has gone through a couple of seasons and some events and some dead grass, and we actually had my dad, Jason Tarver, he planted most of it.
Turtle.
Planted most of it. You often see him out here on his lawnmower if you come by.
I couldn't make it through the game if I didn't mention Turtle.
He's got a couple good nicknames.
I'm not going any further with it. 11:45 gone in the. See, now I had to do math because I've got to subtract 40 each time, but I love it. Coming out, Menard trying to cross, a little bit of a whiff there.
And you'll notice the goalie came out on that too, and he picks that up.
Quickly getting out of there, good save. And then a good job getting it down the field. Hicks turns it around over to Maida. A lot of chatter between the two teams out there too. I love that. As you talked about the guy for this Grace team. He crosses, goes off the head of the Eagle defender.
Yes, that's Braden Eastman right there. One of two of the seniors for the Warriors.
He's on Rachel, who has definitely been fired up tonight.
Absolutely.
He and Hicks credited with the 2 goals in this one.
Johnny, we got to get it off.
And got him right on the knee, it looked like, or shin. So we'll get the camera off of that. Perhaps just a cramp, though, because he hops back up. Yeah, it looked like the cramp got him, because when they got it and they started trying to just rub there, it was good because it looked like the way he was holding it, like he had got a spike or got hit in the shin pretty good.
Yes, and cramps are pretty common in soccer and in these sorts of games when there's like that dehydration level. It only really takes one kick for that cramp to start.
Another good save back there in the back. They'll run it out again.
That was a great kick by Ben Kimball right there.
Ben's done a good job back there. That one from Hicks early just sailed over his head. And then I don't think he saw it was coming. And then the one from Rachel was just in the middle of a lot of chaos and congestion in front of the goal.
And those are the best opportunities for those goals, when there is that chaos going on and it makes it hard for that keeper to see.
Another run out now, and cramp doesn't seem to be bothering him at all anymore. Well, that's just a good one-on-one battle going on.
And that was a great example right there of a good 50-50 sequence where both of them were going for the ball.
He just let things go and, well, just a little sidestep right there. I applaud the work of Kimmel that he's doing back and goal. We'll come out and aggressively play one, and you're risking a lot at that point.
It is, and that's actually a very hard thing to teach some of the younger goalies with Ben being a sophomore. It is a difficult thing to teach them that they have to have that commanding power and take those risks like we've talked about in those decisions where it matters.
But schools like Grace, schools like Menard, I mean, they're playing younger.
They are.
Well, this is right in your living room here, isn't it, this shot? Past the 15-minute mark. That's going to sail out.
You gotta check our surrounding, boys. You gotta check our surrounding. Who's on 7? Come back, come back, come back. Be smart, Jude, be smart. Austin, be smart.
Warriors now spending a little more time down on this end. Over towards the corner it goes, certainly needing to save that. And we'll go out and turn around and go the other way.
And it looks like that'll be a kick. By Andrew Decker, number 15.
Decker's going to try to get this close to the center as he can and let one of his guys knock it in. Get a good look at one of the goal scorers. There is Rachel.
And I believe Andrew's left-footed, so this angle is actually pretty good for him right here.
Curls around and just knocks. Got a shot for a rebound here. And Hawk doesn't allow the clear out there. Good work there to save that on that end. And now the other way they go, getting ahead of the defense.
And that's a dangerous situation for the Warriors right there.
That's what we talked about, is that run out. What a tremendous save again. Ben has taken care of business.
Come down.
So I don't think that Menard has let up any, but Grace has defended well. It looks like they made some pretty good adjustments.
Yes, I think these adjustments in the second half have really been crucial to their ability to hold the ball up top a little bit more. While they are taking that risk in the back, like we saw just now with Ben picking that up, I think it is working out for them, and there is a little bit more control in that middle and up top.
You got to go to your keeper and say, look, this is what we're doing. We need your best effort here. And so far, they've gotten it. You see the 18-20 mark here in the second half. We'll try one from the corner here for the Eagles. They scored on one of these. Well, no, it wasn't. It was just crossed and then banged in. That was, I guess, the girls' game we saw where they scored on just that one. That one sails over. See, I remember. I paid attention to that.
Yes, sir.
And Grace's leading goal scorer there coming out. I don't know if he got, it looked like he got shaken up a little bit. But again, this has been physical. Although, short of the 5 yellow cards, it's been pretty well played, I think.
I would agree with that. I think that while this has been an intense game, I don't think it's gotten overly overly aggressive.
But would you really expect, I don't care what kind of, I mean, if these two teams had never played, you're going to move on in the playoffs. And so you've got to go out and just bring this kind of effort.
That's true, and you're honestly looking for those players, especially as coaches, to play with that grit and the want. And it really comes down to who wants it more.
The first half belonged to Menard. This first 20 minutes here has been pretty even. There's a cross into the center, and just like that, we talked about it. Maybe Matthew with another one.
I believe that was Matthew Hicks with a header.
Yeah, that's Hicks has brought it tonight. Matthew Hicks, the senior baseball player, football player, soccer player, basketball player. A little bit of everything.
Definitely an athletic player and an athletic player right there. And now we're looking for a momentum shift on how this is going to look.
You get a good look at Hicks there. And now Jude coming off. Jude being informed that he's not going to be going back in. Wasn't happy with that, but at 3-0, granted it's not, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, they've been in control of all of this. You start looking ahead to that next matchup against Isidore Newman. I know I'm making the purists of the sport cringe when I start saying look ahead, but coming out and playing another one, Ben just continues. He's had some bad luck goals scored on him, and it's Menard putting in position, so don't misunderstand what I'm saying there. But those that have been good hard shots, he's been able to control.
Yes, and he truly has gotten those that have come within his range. Unfortunately, some of Menard's shots tonight have been just perfect in those corners.
Right. Yeah, he's coming back in, so that's good to see.
That's Paxton Wells, number 23, coming off. Braden Eastman going back on.
Eastman's going to need to get in there and spark this Warriors team. And there's a point too, I've got to think, if you're Menard, you try to go in there and strike quickly and get another one. Maybe there's some, and capitalize on that momentum you talk about.
Yes, and it truly is the most dangerous for the Warriors right there, right after that goal.
That's what you said. Those next 10 minutes, how they're going to come out and play.
They're crucial, especially as defenders defending. That's the time when you really have to manage yourself and the emotions. .22:52. Thus far, not been as much stoppage as we've seen. They've limited the red card, but that kick is launched. And that was a pretty good ball to that left side right there.
Yeah, Rachel was trying to get his second one of the evening. The pressure from the Eagles has just been relentless tonight.
Yes, and if you'll notice, one of their key things they do whenever the Warriors have control of the ball is that they meet it first too. So when Ben Kimball takes that kick, he gets there first.
That one cleared out again.
And that looks like maybe an offsides call.
Yeah, but again, Ben just continues to run out, and he's got no help behind him. If he doesn't make the play, then it's done. But he has. So when do you, as a coach with a 3-0 lead, start just not attacking as much?
Well, I think as we've seen from the Menard coach, once you see that possession, you kind of settle in and you start to think, who can I put on the field?
Yeah.
So players who you want to letter in soccer, you start beginning to shift them onto the field.
And in a playoff game, of course, that Menard team has a lot of seniors, and you'll start to see them make their way out. That one knocked out. Well, Grace just has to get something going. I still think a goal could spark things.
Uriel, who do you have? Just watch it. Bring it down, Austin, bring it down.
But I don't see a bit of let up in Menard at all. They're continuing to attack. Cross is there. Ben has it again.
I believe that was Rashal again. A great cross.
He has been aggressively getting after it. But again, you said they're just a number of goal scorers.
Yes, and their ability to control the field here can be very frustrating for the Warriors. When a lot of that chase comes in, you wear down your opponents.
Right in front. That's right. Come on now, look. That's why we brought her in here.
I played soccer not that long ago.
I'm ducking and covering, and you just kept the clipboard and everything and kicked it away.
You hope some of those skills last.
That's right.
Michael, get us up, Mike.
Oh.
That one crossed there and is going to be out. Ben was ready for it, but
That was a great shot there. That was a very dangerous situation. $27-minute mark here. Time winding down in this. It has been 3-0. You see it. Uh-oh. I know there are a lot of people that are fussing about us not, and I say us, about us not changing the score. It is 3-0, and it has been that way for a while. So, and then again, for the comments, which I don't know if they are because we haven't watched it, our scoreboard has nothing to do with any of it here. So Matthew Hicks with 2 goals on the evening. Landon Rashel with 1. That's the 3 goals that are here. 1 each in the first and second by Hicks. And that will go out and down the hill once again. You know, we talked about the work in goal by Ben tonight. You look at the other goal, and Nate Matthews just he's not getting attacked. He's not getting shots that he's having to deflect, to knock away. That's true. And he's a very talented goalie, so it would be good to get a good look at one of those saves. 131 this season.
100 and who?
31.
My goodness. How does that compare to what Grace has?
Grace, I believe Ben has 166. And there's a lot to think about in the differing of those numbers. You think about
Correct.
Teams, you think about the defense. And that changes the amount of those saves drastically. But big numbers for both of them.
Yes.
Big achievements.
Nearing the 29-minute mark, and in fact, we are there. You thought that a goal here in the second would kind of do it. And it's not stopped Grace's attacking in this one, but you can tell that Menard's just playing at a very comfortable level.
Yes, and as I mentioned earlier, that possession of the ball and that chase that they've led the Warriors on, it can be very draining during a playoff game and an intense game like this.
Well, you're having to run folks down and chase them down and spend that extra energy. There's Rachel again. He gets spun around. I look for the intensity of Grace to pick up a little more. Well, and there you go.
And I believe that was a foul there for an extended arm.
Right. They'll let you get away with a lot in close, but when you extend, that's just about any sport that you get into. When there's that extension, they're going to call it.
And that's Michael Whitehead taking that kick right there from the defensive line. And I believe he's a senior.
Oh, God. Boy, you don't ever get ready for that, do you?
That's why you don't want to be in the wall.
At that point, do you think he's just not trying to score, but he's just trying to drive it into that line?
I don't think so. I believe he was trying to score that. I think it may have just come off a little wrong.
Up on the roof and away it goes.
But often with those walls, it's kind of a mental thing. Once you put someone in front of you, it's hard to imagine getting the ball over them.
Well, a tremendous facility out here at Ward 9. There's just a lot going on. See the subs starting to make their way in. Rachel set to come off, but it'll be at the next stoppage as we roll under 8 minutes to go. So now I don't think that we'll really offend the purists on here, but this Menard team, tell us about that foe in Isidore Newman. They've been the 1 seed all year long, a lot of shutouts. I think, 3 losses maybe on the season, but again, to bigger schools.
Yes, and Isidore Newman is a hefty opponent for the Menard Eagles. And while I haven't looked too much at their stats, I have definitely heard of their power.
There's a lot of zeros on goals given and a large number on goals scored.
Yes.
And that's where you look down. Now, those two teams are very familiar with them. They played each other in football this year in the playoffs. They played in basketball in the state semifinals years ago.
It will definitely be a game to watch, that's for sure. It's going to be interesting.
Landon comes off to a great ovation there. Now you're starting to see some of these guys get off and get some of those younger players in there, the one of those that don't play as much, and get them ready.
And those opportunities for those younger players to get in here now in a playoff game is really great for the Menard Eagles.
Yeah, because you're still in, granted it's 3-0, you're still in a playoff soccer game, and you'll remember this. And whichever team comes out not on the right end of it, you take this and you use that time for next year. But as a younger guy, you get ready and say, you know, if my number's called next week or in a couple of days, they turn these games around pretty quick, don't they?
Yes.
They'll head down to New Orleans and Newman soon.
Get us off! Get us off!
And that's a good ball played through. And it looks like it'll be cleared by Bolton Probst on the back line for the Warriors.
Reed LaRue going to come off now, and he'll get a good ovation. one of those multi-sport athletes. He'll go and play baseball as well. Back up top, and they'll get good job just coming into the game too and able to get that out of there. So how difficult is it when, I mean, we're 75 minutes into this thing, and you warmed up a long time ago as a player that's coming into the game now. How does that affect you?
Well, for sure, for both teams here, I'm sure the exhaustion is set in. Warming up so long ago, you run the risk of cramps, injuries toward the later end of the games. And from running around this long, you just are overall exhausted. So the play, you can sometimes see it in certain teams where the intensity doesn't go down, but the technical aspect of it does. And you look for more of those kind of sloppy balls, you look for more of those fouls. But it looks like we've not seen that today in this second half. We had most of that in the first half, and it seems to have settled down slightly in the fouls.
Yeah, that goal that Hicks scored to make it 3-0 really did some stuff. And even the move of putting Decker up to the front has not paid dividends.
And I say that, and another yellow comes out.
See? That's what they call the announcers jinx. You talk something into happening.
It happens.
Yep. They teach it in Announcer 101. You learn that that's going to happen. Whatever you say is not happening is about to happen. That is number 6 on the night, yellow card. Is that right?
Who just got one?
I thought they did, or was that just a foul?
Yeah, I think that was the 6th yellow card.
Yeah.
Something else called just now.
But a tough night for the Warriors. Tremendous season again for them. A young squad. They'll be back. All but 2 of their players come back. They're going to have to find a goal scorer as they'll lose their premier goal scorer this year. There's a good look at Hicks who comes off. He'll get a good ovation.
Let's go, boys!
2 goals on the night for Hicks.
And while this is a tough game for the Warriors, they have had a very good season.
What a tremendous save that it just continues back in goal.
Ben has really shown out tonight back there in the goal.
And that's a young man that has got a couple of years left in him.
A sophomore, plenty of room to grow as a goalie, and already fantastic.
Well, the one thing that he's not going to have to learn is the game and the aggressiveness, because he comes out and plays the ball as well as I've seen. Granted, haven't seen a lot of it, don't get me wrong, but he comes out and aggressively plays it, and I like that.
And he's been fairly 100% this entire game, not shutting down at all during his tough moments.
78-minute mark in this one, so we're winding this thing there. There will be a little bit of added time, but I don't think it's more than 2 or 3 minutes. Shouldn't be the 5 that we saw earlier.
Definitely not.
Looking for the run out, trying to add something late.
And that was a good through ball by Paxton Wells right there for the Warriors, number 23.
They have not quit at all, and that's what they were against it there at the first, but they've never really quit. And you got a couple of more subs coming in.
You have to commend the grit of the Warriors and their younger team.
Oh, no, I love it. They've battled. They beat a good Evangel team to get here.
Yes, they've had a lot of tough games, a lot of close games, and they've had one of their best seasons in years, in my opinion. And while this is a tough game, there are plenty of positives to look out for from this season.
It is. They'll take a lot out of this one, and get back to work. So when you get into summer, you get into club, you get into travel. What happens at the end of a season when it's done here?
Well, you're looking for those last-minute meetings with the coaches. I mean, I know we do. You tell the coach tells you, what you're doing right, what you can
Exit
fix.
interviews, that's right.
As you go into, I've had a coach before, Lauren Aldrich, and she would give us little slips of all of our stats.
One says, "Don't come back," then you're in trouble.
And she would give us slips, and I think that's extremely beneficial to the players.
We are into the added time here. Shouldn't be more than just a couple of minutes to go in it. Guys with the fancy headsets know how much. We don't. And Menard Eagles are going to move on. How fitting that save at the end. The season will come to an end for the Grace Christian Warriors, but a great tradition, a great season. The soccer has been solid for those folks off Jackson Street for a long time. Things in the added time getting a little choppy.
And that will be a PK, I believe.
Yeah, that is. Take us through one of those and what the setup is for it.
Ooh. Well, you place the ball on a line that we have marked out on the field, and it really is a mental battle. You can be the best shooter on that field.
One-on-one.
Once you get in that one-on-one situation, the goal feels impossible. It's also a big mental battle for the goalie as well.
It's a mental battle for them having, I'm going to move this camera, and that's something I don't like to do, but there we go. All right. They wouldn't get in front of the ESPN folks, would they? Like they just did.
No.
Leading goal scorer against the leading save. This is what you want.
And that's a goal for Braden.
Into the goal it goes, and that's, you said that you thought it'd be him. That's what, 34 on the season?
Yes, that'll be 34 for this season for Braden.
An added time penalty kick. They get their first goal, and that's good to take that out. And penalty kicks are great to see, unless you're the goalie. 2 minutes remain in the added time.
A couple more subs for the Menard Eagles.
I gotta believe after one of these games in the morning, you're pretty wore out.
Oh my gosh. The amount of recovery you have to do after a big game like this is absolutely fascinating.
And you have to. Oh no, everybody's out of school tomorrow, aren't they?
That's true.
So yeah.
They have plenty of time.
Yeah.
I know my sister Audrey, after their game, she had to go to physical therapy the next day.
Look, in the cold and standing by the camera for all of that time as you see Hawk getting ready to bring it in, I needed to go to physical therapy.
Absolutely. I think we could all use some of that.
Kurt, we need your team to sit down. We need them to sit down. Them.
Very disciplined, huh? They can't stand?
I did not know that.
Well. They were confused like us. About 35 seconds remain in this. Coming out and getting that shot just to the right.
And that was a great ball right there.
That was just one-on-one. Good to see.
And you see these opportunities in this overtime. You wish you would have seen it a second earlier.
But on that, you just wonder, too, because there are a lot of subs that have come in here, too.
That is very true.
But you're right. But this is what builds you towards club ball, towards summer, towards next season. 3-1 looks like as we're down to the last 10 seconds or so. And Menard is going to move on in this one. Grace Christian, very successful season. Matthews comes out and secures that one. We'll have somebody run up on him, but ends up getting it out of there, and Nate will put a foot into this one. And that is it, ball game. Menard Eagles have won this one tonight. Congratulations to those guys. And it was, Allison, I think it was everything that we expected it to be.
I believe so. I believe it was everything and more on the intensity aspect, on the talent of these two teams that came out. And even though the score was 3-1, I believe, it was still pretty matched with some of those things, with Menard holding most of the possession.
It absolutely was. 2 goals from Hicks, 1 from Rachel tonight. And you'll see the squads shake hands here with the opposing teams.
I do believe the Menard Eagles are in a great position to match up with Isidore Newman coming up in the playoffs.
There's no doubt. Tremendous action. Great season, as you said, for the Warriors. Their season ends in a 3-1 loss here. But as you know, they'll be back. There's no doubt about it. These young guys are getting older, and they're going to remember these, and they'll take in the district championship into the summer with them.
Absolutely.
Well, Allison, your thoughts on everything before we get out of here tonight?
This has been a very, very good game to watch. This has been, a great game for the athletic prowess of the Menard Eagles and their ability to possess that ball. And I think they're going to need that when they face off with Isidore Newman and holding that possession like they did today. And I also believe that the Grace Warriors held out a very strong game, a very strong season, and their ability to fight through this entire game was extremely commendable.
They absolutely did. You did a tremendous job out here. Great crowd. They saw a lot of it also, and Grace will go over there and salute their fans. And that's what I like to see about this. And their fans are going to give some love and some support. And,
win or loss.
That's tremendous. You don't see this a lot, but it is so good to see.
No, and that's more of a coaching aspect there with the wanting them to go over, win or loss, and I really do appreciate that as a coach.
Well, guys, that's going to wrap it up for us here. It has been a tremendous one. Had a lot of fun. Congratulations, the Menard Eagles will make it to the 3rd round of the playoffs and face the #1 seed Isidore Newman down in New Orleans. Allison, thank you for stepping in and doing it. You did a wonderful job tonight.
Absolutely. I was so excited to be here.
Look,
so much fun.
When you've got a crew next year of your own and you're out doing soccer, there you go. We'll see about that. So that's going to wrap things up for us here. Congratulations to the Menard Eagles. Congratulations to the Grace Christian Warriors on a fantastic season. For all of you, we appreciate you watching. It's for Allison Tarver. I am Doug Gann. God bless you all and good night.